Well, hello there. Welcome in. It's so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. We're going to start off with the daily tarot reading. We'll see what the overall energies for the day are, and then we'll go to the tarot for more details, and then we'll have the 30-day Aquarius season challenge directly afterwards. All right, let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon today. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Okay, and beauty. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm going to tell you, I've been gone for a couple of days, and I will have to say the energies were just really so intense that it was, I feel like the readings were not accurate. I was a little concerned about that. So I'm so grateful because I sat down today and I was like, all right, I have to get a reading out for this 30-day challenge, right? And here we go. We have the blessings coming in, and I will have to say that is a much a better energy than what we have been feeling the last couple of days. We do have the full moon in Leo tomorrow. So that is an energy of, a blessings literally can come into your life suddenly. It's a big changes. You can expect big changes in your life in some way, but understanding that all of those changes are in order to align you to what your heart truly desires. The changes can sometimes feel a little bit, we have the conflict card, right? A little chaotic, a little scary. Change is always scary. Our mind, our ego starts, sounding all the alarms, right? And when there is change, even if it's a change that we maybe even manifested in our life. We want to change in our job. We want to change in our career. We want change in a relationship. We want change in our life in general, right? But sometimes we hold ourselves back. We don't take the true steps to bring in that change. And so the universe knows this change is good for us. So it's aligning us to something that is more in alignment with what our heart truly desires, success. It could have something to do with wanting to bring in new people, a sense of soul tribe into your life, understanding that there's something you want more of. Yeah, you've been manifesting. Whatever changes are occurring, understand that part of you has manifested these, okay? Because your soul knows that your heart is desiring something different than what you already have. And at first you may be kind of like, I don't know, is this what I really want? This is a beautiful energy. I am going to say there is something here about, you have the 10 of Cups, the gratitude card, and then also the temperance energy, Sagittarian energy. But this is the energy of understanding that, your heart, this is what your heart is truly desiring, and it can be a romantic relationship. I will have to say there's a lot of romantic relationship energy here, but it's also something that your heart truly desires. It may not be a romantic relationship, but it is special connections that are more in alignment with what you want for yourself, right? It's allowing yourself to move further away from people or situations that really are not in alignment with what you want for yourself. And part of that begins by having gratitude for what you already have, and gratitude for what you know is about to come in with the rainbow of blessings, right? Even though it's not appearing yet. Because what we are experiencing today, we actually set into motion a while ago. We manifested. Whatever you're experiencing today, you have manifested. Maybe not today, but you have been making manifestation energy. You have been putting out manifestation energy and making choices, all right, in alignment to what you are experiencing today. So it's kind of like allowing yourself to get into the energy of being grateful for what you have already manifested or are experiencing at this time. Even if it's not quite all the way where you want it to be, understanding that the changes that are occurring right now, even though they may be uncomfortable, understanding that they are allowing you to walk through. You see how both of these have this arched doorway, right? It's kind of like allowing you to walk through a new portal, a portal that is more in alignment. Both of these, look at on the other side of this portal is just such a beautiful, loving energy, sense of fulfillment, joy, happiness, abundance in all areas of your life. So the obstacle right now is that I feel like we have the walking away card, and then we have the loving man and the lover's card. So the lover's card is the energy of the old tarot, the choice, choosing from your heart, okay? Loving yourself enough that you're choosing from your heart. And I feel like there's something here about people that you have attracted into your life, okay, up to this point. And it can be, okay, a little bit, it can be romantic partners, but it does not have to be romantic partners. It's understanding that I feel like you are walking away from the types of people perhaps that you attracted in the past, okay, that you thought were in alignment with what you want for yourself. But then all of a sudden you realize, no, that person or those people, right, are not in alignment with what I want for myself. In order to get closer to what I really and truly am desiring, I have to allow myself to walk away from, perhaps, I think this is kind of like a mindset shift, right? It's like understanding, allowing yourself to see how the people that you have attracted into your life are perhaps following a certain pattern, and asking yourself, okay, if those relationships aren't bringing you the happiness, the joy that you are really and truly wanting to experience, if they're not bringing this unconditional love, this is the energy of unconditional love. If the people in your life, romantic or otherwise, are not giving you the energy of unconditional love, then asking yourself, okay, what does unconditional love look like? You may not have ever experienced that. Are you allowing yourself to give unconditional love to yourself? Or are you expecting that from other people, right? We have to give it to ourselves first. Yeah, this is you. I feel like what you're understanding is that I think you're stepping into the energy of really being able to build healthy boundaries in relationships, and allowing yourself to choose relationships that are more giving, okay, give and take, generous, so that you're not the only one giving, right? Yeah, we have the Three of Cups, the King of Cups. We have the King of Cups twice here, so you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio person, male or female, it doesn't matter. But the King of Cups represents that energy of being emotionally available in a relationship, right? You could have had a lot of relationships that were surface level, but what you're looking for is a deeper connection. You're understanding that you're willing to really uphold your own boundaries, okay? And I feel like there's something here about boundaries with yourself, not allowing yourself to settle. Allowing yourself to say, if I have to be alone for a little bit longer, it's okay, because I'm holding out for somebody that really has the energy of being able to give and receive, and allowing you to step into more of a mindset of being able to give and receive love. Yes, because the energy here, the advice here is that you have the yin and yang. I do feel like for a lot of you, this could be a true soulmate, okay? It could even be a twin flame. Understanding that you've been going back and forth about what does that unconditional love partner look like? What are you bringing to the table in that relationship, and what are you wanting from that relationship, right? And it's allowing yourself to drop the burden of thinking that perhaps you have to put in more work. You could have been in relationships where either you felt like you had to put in more work into the relationship, or you had to give more. This is like, I'll carry more of the burden of the relationship. And you may have felt like that because that's how you've had relationships, maybe even from childhood, right? Where you felt like you had to give more to the relationship. You may have even blocked receiving love, okay? There's almost an energy here of blocking receiving love because you have been so concentrating on giving love. And so it's allowing yourself to say, I'm not the only one in this relationship. It has to be equal, right? And building healthy boundaries, allowing yourself to say what you are willing and not willing to do or to receive in a relationship. Yeah, standing up for yourself, having respect for yourself, having healthy boundaries with yourself. Okay, like in what you are eating and doing, and are you showing up for yourself? Because unless you're showing up for yourself, you can't attract in somebody that is also going to show up for you. There's this energy where you're changing your mindset around relationships and understanding that relationships aren't you just giving, right, and not allowing yourself to receive. Okay, and then the other thing is understanding that you also have to have not healthy boundaries just with other people, but also with yourself. Yes. Okay, we have the King and the Queen of Cups here. So I am going to say, I do feel like you are attracting or trying to manifest. We have the High Priestess and the Magician. For some of you, you are truly manifesting this relationship, but also understanding that what you have to do is you have to be willing to express your love, but also express your expectations. Okay, and I hate to use that word because when we're focusing on what we expect other people to do in a relationship, right, then that's when we're going to be disappointed. But it is about recognizing what is it you are wanting, not maybe expecting, but wanting, desiring, okay? And then also asking yourself, are you giving yourself that first? You cannot attract in somebody that's willing to give you that unless you're giving it to yourself. So with the Six of Pentacles, understanding you can only receive what you are putting out there, right? So, and you can only receive what you are giving to yourself. If you're expecting people to fill a hole within you, you're going to only attract in toxic partners. Codependent partners. This is the energy of, no, I want a true counterpart. I want to be there for them. I want an emotionally intimate relationship with them, but I also want to attract in somebody that has that. Well, that person may be different than what you have attracted in before. The King of Cups, okay? The King and Queen of Cups, I'll say, gender doesn't matter here, but there is the energy here that you're attracting in somebody that is creative, a little bit more, artsy, if you will, kind of a person that is a little bit not quite like a King of Pentacles or a King of Swords or even a King of Wands. A King of Cups is somebody that is a little bit more laid back, has more time to kind of give, but may also not have some of those characteristics of a King of Pentacles, which is what Pluto in Capricorn was wanting us to have. Somebody that's financially wealthy, perhaps, or has, a status of some sort, or can bring us some sense of security. The King and Queen of Cups are in their emotions. They share their emotions, and it's not so much about the material things that they have, but the feelings, the experiences that they are wanting to have during this lifetime. So it can be a completely different way of living. And I think that you have the third chakra. I think there is this huge opening. You're walking through a portal, understanding that maybe what it is that you were looking for in love previously has changed, right? I think you've already kind of done that. And you're kind of like understanding, okay, that means I also have to allow myself to look in different places, or allow myself to be more open to who may be coming onto my path. Yeah, because you have the adjacent possibilities. Yeah, I feel, you have the King of Pentacles. It's not like it's, it's just the energy of somebody that is just so much more in tune with their intuition, their spirituality, their creativity. That's a soul partner that you are attracting in, instead of somebody that may be really more driven by making money or accumulating financial things. I mean material things. Yeah. And by coming together with the yin and yang, the two of you together, I have this sense that you're really starting a new life and a new lifestyle, door to healing and happiness. Yeah. I feel like you have the great achievement card. It's not that you're going to be a pauper. I think that is part of what you're kind of like, if you're resonating with this, maybe kind of worried about. If I attract in these spiritual, even if it's a tribe that you're trying to attract in, right, with the community card, it's kind of like understanding these people that you're coming into alignment with have a different way of expressing themselves and their spirituality and their creativity. And it's almost like I can't even put that into the words, because I think Pluto and Aquarius is helping us to open our mind to seeing things differently. And that's kind of like what you're learning through this process, is a different way to love, a different way to love. That's exactly what it is. It's a different way of loving. Before, perhaps, because we have the King and Queen of Pentacles here, right? And perhaps love in the past was kind of like, especially if you look back, hundreds of years ago, it was a business partnership, right? It was like, okay, I want to combine what I have combine with what you have, so that financially, okay, or if it's an empire, we can create something bigger together. This is the energy, King of Cups again. This is the energy of no, it's all about what experiences, what feelings, how can we help other people, how can we serve others. That is the basis of this new type of relationship, whether it's romantic or soul tribe. Yeah, let's see what we have right here. How can I deepen my trust right now? Yeah, I feel like there's something here where one of the lessons that you have had to work through is trusting other people. Yeah, behind a mask. I feel like for some of you, it's asking yourself, are you showing up authentically? And I mean that in the sense of, are you showing up? Are you showing up when you're trying to meet new people, whether soul tribe members or just friends or a romantic partner? Are you showing up in this new energy of intuitive, creative, emotionally intimate, vulnerable energy? Or are you showing up in the energy of, look at what I have created, here's a list of my accomplishments? All right, it's kind of like, I went to this college, I got this degree, I have this job, I've acquired these material things, right? It's kind of like understanding that if you want something different, you also have to show up in a more authentic way, instead of trying to show up for what you think the other person is looking for, being authentic to who you are. Wow, powerful energy. Yeah, trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself. I think that's the big thing, is trusting yourself. Yes, trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. Yeah, that's a beautiful message. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. And so I will close out the daily reading. If you'd like to join us for the 30-day challenge activity, it'll start immediately right after. Much love and light to you. See you tomorrow. Bye for now. Well, thank you for sticking around for the 30-day challenge activity. Okay, so let's take a look first at what the theme is. Blessings. Blessings. And it is about trusting that what it is, because we did have the word trust, and trust is coming up in this. Trusting what it is that that what you are really and truly desiring does exist and is on its way to you. Let's also pull a cosmic. Yeah, grace. Grace is the universe's blessing. Open your heart to receive it. Yeah, this is the energy of allowing yourself to receive it. And the way that we receive love is that we have to trust ourselves, trust the boundaries, right, that we are putting up. And also allowing ourselves to show up authentically, right? Not caving, if you will, at the first glimmer of thinking, oh, this person may not like me, right? Coming back into that Capricorn energy, that Pluto and Capricorn energy of reinventing ourselves so that other people will like us. This is the energy of, no, I know who I am, and I'm allowing myself to show up in that. I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm going to take the mask off and be authentic. Doesn't mean you go the first time you meet somebody, you tell them your whole life story. It's not that, but it is the energy of understanding. I can trust myself, and when we have good trust in ourselves, we know that we have the healthy boundaries to also allow ourselves, right, to have healthy relationships with other people. We don't have to be on the lookout for how they may hurt us. Instead, we know we're protecting ourselves, but we're also respecting ourselves enough that we have healthy boundaries, and we allow ourselves to keep those healthy boundaries in place. All right, so for the journal activity today is, I feel like part of it is this trusting, right? And it says, today, find your center in the chaos and be certain with yourself so you can deepen your trust in others. And, we have the energy of a little bit of chaos underneath, right? And right now, the energies are like so crazy. Ask yourself, especially in your relationships, right? Is there a relationship you're dealing with right now that you can kind of tell that there's some conflict in it, right? Whether it is a true conflict or you just intuitively feel like you're not on the same page with somebody, and then asking yourself, okay, what boundaries can I put into place? Have I created healthy boundaries for myself? Am I standing up for my boundaries? Am I respecting myself enough in this situation or in this relationship? It could be a work relationship, a friend, a family, a neighbor, whatever. Am I allowing myself to create these healthy boundaries? What's one area with this person or this situation? What's one thing that kind of like puts me on edge or it makes me want to throw up the walls, right? Allowing yourself to see that that's your heart saying there needs to be a better boundary. What is that boundary, right? And allowing yourself to say, okay, what boundary can I put in place? I feel like we kind of have gone through this time period of just walking away from people and relationships. And yes, sometimes we do need to do that. But part of it too is that we're not empowering ourselves enough, or this is my thought, we're not empowering ourselves enough to create healthy boundaries, right? It's kind of like, well, you're crossing a boundary here, right? So you're out. Instead, it's understanding. Boundaries are give and take, right? We have the Six of Pentacles there. We have the boundaries, but boundaries are a little bit of give and take. Understanding, okay, we may need to speak our truth, share what the boundary is with other people, right? And then reinforce it. It's kind of like asking yourself, are you reinforcing your own healthy boundaries? First with yourself. Okay, are you creating healthy boundaries with yourself, right? Do you have healthy boundaries with between you and your daily activities, like the foods that you're eating or the substances you're taking in or the exercise that you're doing, your sleep routines? Are you creating healthy boundaries in your own daily life? That's a great place to start. And then are you creating healthy boundaries? Do you know what a healthy boundary is? Are you creating those with other people? Because when we have healthy boundaries, that's how we build our trust in ourselves and our trust with others. Because boundaries are really about respecting ourselves, right? And I'm not saying if somebody keeps testing your boundaries, yes, that is somebody that you need to put for a bigger distance between you and them, right? But understanding that sometimes, especially if we are changing and creating new boundaries with people that have been in our life for a while, sometimes we have to allow ourselves to show up over and over again, right? Allowing ourselves to know that there's going to be times where we may be a little wobbly on our own boundaries, and the other times where we're going to have to really reiterate, help people to understand what our boundary is and why it's important to us. This back and forth energy means that you may be kind of going back and forth, right? Allowing yourself to say one thing, maybe to yourself in the mirror, whatever, about a certain situation, right? But then all of a sudden you're taking on the burden again, right? You're not allowing yourself to show up for yourself. You're not asking yourself, are you respecting your own healthy boundaries with yourself and with others? Because I feel like that is the key. And one of the reasons I say that is because the nodal transit, the north node is now in Pisces, the south node is in Virgo. Virgos are usually very good at setting healthy boundaries, right? They know what they want, and then they create healthy boundaries to protect their dream, their goals, and what they want for themselves. And when we have those healthy boundaries, right, we can dream bigger. It's kind of like creating your own safety zone around yourself and then allowing yourself to step into these beautiful blessings, into a new portal. Yeah, I think you're moving from a world of perhaps not trusting yourself or not trusting others into a world where you have more substantial and healthier boundaries. You have healthier boundaries, and because of that, you can trust yourself and you can trust others more. That allows you to experience the world in a much bigger way. Because you're going out into the world and you know you've created a protective bubble of healthy boundaries around yourself. You're not so fearful of what you may encounter. If we don't have healthy boundaries, then a lot of times we can find ourselves, the hermit. But that doesn't make you feel always that good. Not that there are times when we need to pull our energy back from the world, right? And regroup. But there is an energy where if we feel like the only way we can get through life is to hermit ourselves, put ourselves into that protective bubble and never go out into the world, that's not really living life. And that is what I feel like you have been working on. This is kind of like a celebration. Yeah, you have the rebirth card. Yes, every end is a new beginning. I think that you realize you've gone through a chapter where perhaps trust was an issue. And now you're stepping into a much brighter world. Yeah. I have to say, especially for empaths and people that may be drawn to this channel, we can tend to be over giving in our relationships. And then we get resentful or hurtful or angry, right? But if you ask yourself, who are you really angry at? It may come to realize, right? Like I have, you're really angry at yourself because you have not created a healthy boundary. You have not allowed yourself to say no to others. You've allowed yourself to put others first instead of your own happiness, your own joy, your own goals, your own dreams. Yeah, beautiful energy. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here. This is day 19, and I will see you again tomorrow. Much love and light. Bye for now.